Hi, I'm Father Thomas and welcome to MonkWerks. I have a week at home for the Christmas break and so I'm in my own workshop right now instead of the one that I share with other people for most of the year. So it's a break, but not a break from woodworking. And I used this time to retrofit a leg vise onto this bench, which I inherited from Brother James, who built it in the 1950s. It's a great bench, but it did need a few upgrades. The vise attached to it right now has served me pretty well, and as a matter of fact, it and I have a good history together. When I was installing it, the mechanism slipped a little bit and it decided to take a chunk out of my finger, out of my index finger. So I've got some blood into this one. And it's a good vise and I'll probably save it for later use elsewhere, but I do want to add then the more versatility of the leg vise. To remove the vise that's currently on the bench, on the back of one of the long rails was a tiny cotter pin, or a large cotter pin, that I had to take off. Be sure to support the slip mechanism while you're pulling it out so it doesn't fall to the floor and get damaged.
Hammer time!
Slab of yellow pine in order to make the chop for the leg vise. Originally this piece had been a 5-inch beam that was in the Abbey church, but when the organ was installed, 2 of those pieces need to be taken out. Roughly lay out the chop now on the block that I cut. was created by ripping down a piece of the yellow pine to 3 inches wide, ½ inch thick, and 24 inches long. I also cut a haunch tenon on the end, which will be attached to the chop. I decided to secure the tenon into the mortise with a wedge, so I also cut a slot and a stress relief hole. If you haven't been able to tell yet, I am marking out the placement for the parallel guide pins. I may have gone overboard, but I can adjust it to 1/8 of an inch. Then will be this 3/4 inch threaded rod. It's 24 inches long, and it will be met on one end by a coupler that I will have attached then to this small little brace, which will then be mounted onto the back of the leg of the workbench. On the front end of the vise, I will be attaching then a T with a small pipe nipple added to it as well. I'll screw the pipe into one end of the T, and on the other end I will then add this floor flange. This configuration then will provide then the pressure in order to close the pipe as it's being threaded. I'll then be joining the screw mechanism pieces together by drilling a couple of small holes into the flange and into the T, and inserting then some roll pins in order to hold then the rod and the handle together. To give the vise some protection, I'll be putting on a couple of coats of tung oil finish. There you have it. It's a finished retrofitted leg vise made from parts of a church and a monastery. I guess those last two parts aren't too unexpected. But anyway, I hope you did enjoy the build. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment, and also check out more information about this project and some of my other projects at MonkWerks website, Google+, Facebook, Lumberjocks, woodworkingtalk.com. Did I leave any out? That list is getting longer. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Oh, and also, we doubled the New Year goal of subscribers, so thank you for that as well. And as always, may God bless you.